If you guys are looking for a place to get some reliable Ultimate Team coins, be sure to check the link in the description below to cointraders.co and use code LEGACY for 5% off of your purchase. Yo, what is going on, guys? We're back today to talk about them Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. Look at them guys going out there. Oh, wait. You're right, hockey video. Sorry, the Eagles winning the Super Bowl and the Patriots losing. That's like the closest a Bengals slash Blue Jackets slash Reds fan gets to any sort of championship. Is cheering for the teams they don't like to lose, and they lose. That's great. Anyway, congrats to those Philadelphia Eagles and their fans. Much deserved Super Bowl over there. They haven't won one in whatever. First Super Bowl over there in Philly. All right, anyway, back to hockey. We have 5 players today who I think have a sort of outlandishly low overall going halfway through the NHL season. Now, if you guys know, we have, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4? Is it just 4, 5? Maybe 5? I don't know. They have 6 different online roster ones, so I'm a little bit confused here. 5 roster updates. We're going to go with 5. 5 sounds nice. 5 roster updates. We're halfway through the NHL season, which means who's EA missing? There's got to be some players, am I right? There's got to be a few players out there that EA's missed that has too low of an overall and deserves much higher of one. Those are the players we're going to go over today. It's 5 players who deserve a much higher overall than they currently have due to the way they've been playing this NHL season. Starting off, we're going over there to Boston with Tuukka Rask. I feel like this guy just kind of quietly does good all the time. I don't know what it is. You just don't hear much about the guy, surprisingly. Coming out of a Boston team, you'd think you would hear more about him too. But right now, is there a better goalie in the league? Last I checked, he had, what, some 20-point streak going? That's insane. Talk about putting the team on his back. Absolutely ridiculous. He's got the lowest goals against average for any goalie in the league right now with over 30 games played, a .925 save percentage, and he has a middle of the pack 88 overall rating for goalies. I don't know about that one. Yeah, I think he should be close to an 89, 90. 88 overall seems a little bit low for my friend Tuukka, and he's proven himself in the past too to deserve that higher overall. Next off, though, we're sliding over to them Pittsburgh Penguins, and we're not sliding over to Matt Murray, although I think he could use a nice downgrade. My fantasy team I've not looked at in a long time, but I was just thinking about it. That .905 save percentage definitely is not helping it too much. Instead, we're going over to the one, the only, Phil "The Thrill" Kessel, who is an 89 overall. It's a pretty solid overall. I'm not going to go out there and say it's a ridiculously low overall for the guy, kind of like I did with Tuukka Rask. But do you know who is currently second in the league in points this season? None other than Phil "The Thrill" with 23 goals, 40 assists. And I bring him into this discussion because Johnny Hockey's got a 90 overall right now. And let's just going to be literal about it right now. Phil could probably eat Johnny Hockey in 1 or 2 bites. That being said, Phil's a lot bigger of a dude. The physicality for Phil "The Thrill", I'm surprised it's not as high. It's not a little bit higher than what it is, but still, you would think the physicality would maybe offset a little bit because he's a little bit of a bigger dude than Johnny Hockey, that you'd see that 90-91 overall comparison. Like I said, I don't really think you can compare the two from an actual hockey standpoint. When you consider like statistics and stuff, you think, you think Phil's a little bit bigger, he's putting up them numbers, you think maybe he'd have a little bit higher of an overall. So Phil "The Thrill", I'd like to see him at a 90, maybe a 91. Moving over to the New York Islanders, Josh Bailey. Why do you only have an 85 overall? Bailey's low overall is most definitely reasoned because of how he's done in the past prior to this season, and that being that he really hasn't done a whole lot until this season. Yet this season has been a very good one for him, already matching a career best for a season in points with 56 this season, tying that career best, which is amazing. I mean, come on, an 85. I know he hasn't had the greatest, most flashy numbers in the past, but come on, he's tearing it up this season. Give the guy a little bit of love. Come on, EA. We're flying back on over to Boston for this one, and he's already at the top of Boston's list, but I think he needs to be higher on this list, and that is Patrice Bergeron, our second Bruin on the list, like I said. Now, let's stop and think about this for a little bit. Bruins fans will go out there and tell you all day how BS it is that Taves always gets a higher overall than Bergeron going into this season, year after year after year in NHL games, because they're similar players, that being elite defensive centermen. And since we're considering that Taves normally, I say normally because it has been different this season, was a little bit different last season as well, up until, like I said, up until recently, has always been seeing those top 5 overall player ratings in that 93, 94 overall range when it was 95, 96, and maybe that 91 overall, 92 overall range now when you look at this season. Regardless, he was getting those overalls, playing great defensively, dropping 50, 60 points a season because of how good he was defensively. And you can put Bergeron in that exact same boat as Jonathan Taves with how good they are defensively. I mean, come on, when we're talking defense, there's what, 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and Bergeron winning the Selke. I mean, the guy's been locking it up year after year after year. I don't think it's a question which one's a better sentiment at this point in time. And the fact that Bergeron is a point per game player with those defensive abilities is kind of blowing my mind that he's only an 89 overall. He should probably be a 92. You can argue easily a 92. No doubt in my mind he should be a 91, arguable a 92. Heck, you could, okay, I ain't going to say 93. That's Connor McDavid status. But still, the way he's playing, a point per game, that good defensively, that is impressive. That is beyond impressive and beyond worthy of a very nice upgrade, EA. Oh yeah, and I didn't quite bring it up before we get to our last and final player, Minnesota Wild. I did not include any rookies because for whatever reason, EA has a fetish with young players. They just can't give them an overall. It doesn't matter how good they are. They just don't like giving guys high overalls when they're rookies. So I completely left rookies out of the equation. Although they do have a lot that deserve better than 85 overalls that they do give them. Like I said, it's an EA thing. You just got to understand that's what they do. So I was like, you know what? I ain't going to bother. I can make a list of 4 or 5 rookies alone that should have higher overalls that don't. But last but not least is Michael Granlund. A lot thought he should have had a higher overall start of the season. Me, on the other hand, though, like I said, understanding how EA does their little logic with one good season doesn't result in a higher overall. You have to have multiple good seasons, which doesn't make sense because you get a game every single year, new NHL every season. You'd think that the game would reflect on how the players did the season before, you know, since we're playing for a roster update every season, but I guess not. Different story, different day. Regardless, Granlund, 70 points last season, best season of his career. And you know what? People are probably like, hey, that's a fluke. Not a big deal. 85 overall. Plant him with it, it's fine. But here we are this season. He's got 42 points in 47 games again, and the guy is going out there and proving himself to be much better than that 85 overall, maybe an 86, maybe an 87, but definitely not in that 85 overall range. I think he's clearing himself from the pack of that 84, 85 range and deserves a little bit higher of an overall. Those are my 5 players, though, who I think deserve a little bit higher of an overall being halfway through the NHL season. Let me know what you guys think. As always, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.